Welcome back everyone to my channel JMPR Cloud Tech, where you'll be learning Salesforce from a learner. That's me, Preetham Angya. In the previous video, we learned what is a Salesforce org and what is multi-tenant architecture. We also learned about the different types of Salesforce product offerings and their pricing details. And then we also saw how to get started with a developer org. In today's video, let us understand what are Salesforce objects, fields, and records. We had learned about all the Salesforce editions and sandboxes available. To log in to any of this edition or production org, the default URL is login.salesforce.com, whereas to log in to any of the sandboxes, the default URL is test.salesforce.com. Let's now navigate to login.salesforce.com to access our developer org. Once you land here, enter your username and password to log in. You have now landed on the setup homepage. Let's bring back our street vendor and name him as Astro. Yeah, I took the name of the famous Salesforce mascot, Astro. Assume he wants to get started with Salesforce CRM and hires me as a consultant. For now, we are the only two folks in his organization. So what do? I create a Salesforce Developer Org. On the left-hand side, we can see a quick find box, which helps us to quickly search the setup tree below. As an example, let's search for company information. First, let's search for it manually. Oh, here it is. Now we will go ahead and search for it. When you open up company information, you can see details of your company, along with it, the license details as well. For a developer org, you can see that there are two Salesforce licenses available. A couple of friends can easily explore the startup idea by using a developer org. When I signed up for this developer org, my user record was automatically created based on the details I had provided. Now let's create another user record so that our client Astro can also log in to his application. In the quick find box, search for users and open this configuration item. You can see that there are 4 records created by Salesforce. First user record is yourself. Next is a chatter expert. One more is integration user, and last is a security user. Now we shall click on new user to create Astro's user record. Fill in all the mandatory details and other fields as per your requirements. Let's select the role as CEO for Astro, user license as Salesforce, and profile as system admin for now. Don't forget to check the checkbox, generate new password and notify user immediately. Once done, hit save. Now Astro would get an email to verify user and to set up a password to log into this same developer org. You can see here the sample verification email. Once you click on verify, you can choose a password and answer a security question, and you're good to go. Let's assume Astro was saving all his customer details in an Excel sheet on his laptop till now. For example, let's take two tables. One is contact table where he would be storing contact person's personal details. Another table called as account where he would be storing details of the company each customer works for. Let's assume when he reached out to me to be his consultant, he stored my details in these two tables. How to identify that I belong to JMPR account? We can use a primary key field to identify. Here let's say it has account number. Now assume he had reached out to a food and beverage company to sell his hot dogs in bulk. So he stores the company information in account table and also stores two contacts that he spoke to in the contacts table. You can notice the association here. This establishes a one-to-many relationship between these two records. Now let's see how these two tables' data can be migrated to be stored in Salesforce CRM. Let's log out as me and log in as Astro himself to do the data activity. On the left-hand top corner, we have an app launcher, which shows all the out-of-the-box applications you get with a developer org. And down below are all the standard objects available right now. You can see few of the standard objects like account, contact, and lead that I had mentioned earlier. Do subscribe to follow me in learning how to create and custom object, custom field, what are data types, page layouts, record types, etc. in future videos. Since Astro is doing sales, we will open the sales application. You have now landed on the sales homepage. By default, you would see few reports and dashboards and out-of-the-box components displaying quarterly performance, today's events, task, assistant, etc. The tab on top shows the standard tabs of sales application. Let's select Account. Here you have various list views to filter records. You see each of these are basically rows in an Excel spreadsheet. In Salesforce terminology, these are Salesforce records. Let's create a new account to match the database Astro already had. We can do mass load of data from Excel as well. For now, let's just enter details manually. Each of the form items you see here are basically database columns. We call it Salesforce fields. After saving the record, you get this layout by default, which satisfies the needs of most of the businesses. It has the highlights panel on top, with few important field information displayed. We have few quick actions here on the right side. The Details tab shows all the field values of account. In the Related tab, we can see various records which are related to the account object. Let's create two related contact records from here. We can fill in the same details from Astro's Excel sheet. Let's create a record for Ruth and Cody. You can see that the two contacts that we created for Ruth and Cody have been associated with the account ABC. Now let's assume Astro wants to contact me from within Salesforce. He will go here and open my contact record and go to the right hand side under the Activity tab. Create a new task for himself so that he can send out an email to communicate with me. Once the task is created, he can go to the Email tab and immediately send an email from within Salesforce. We can use branded email templates with field values of record populated in the email as well. Well, since Astro has completed his task, he can mark it as complete now. The layout that you're seeing now, we can customize the whole layout here however we want. For example, here we can reorder how tabs are shown, can add custom tabs here, can modify the whole layout of each object as per requirements. You can see that just by signing up, you're getting a whole relational database ready with all data entry forms, page layouts to view and process your data. That's the go-to-market capability of Salesforce that I love. Let's conclude with these three analogies. Database tables is nothing but Salesforce objects. Database columns or Salesforce fields. Database rows or Salesforce records. Please do like, share, and comment below. And don't forget to subscribe and hit the bell icon to get notified of my new videos.